2-day stream today. Just so that we don't completely lose where we're at here in Somnium Files. I'm gonna be playing this for this afternoon. We'll break for a few, good handful of hours, and then I'll come back late tonight to do more Horizon, most likely. So that's kind of the deal for today's streams, since I'm not working tomorrow. I forget what holiday. Is it President's Day? I don't fucking know. But I'm off for tomorrow, so due to it, so we'll have a late night Horizon stream. But first, Somnium Files. Soup. Alright, we gotta figure out what the fuck I was doing. I do remember training her, or the flashback of the training montage, or training. Oh, the knife moment? Yeah, okay. And then we put him in the thing. And then we had him we did the Somnium of those two paths, and I think that's maybe where we, just ended.
What were you thinking?
Oh, this is where we were in there for, an extended time. So she's pissed. That makes some sense. Let's figure out which of the two paths we want to go. Let's, zoom in. Boop, 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 boop. So it's the floral pattern knife in Ota's Somnium. Knife had a message. Date interrogated Ota further. So it's the knife. So it's, we see the floral knife, which I think we saw was the mom's. So, and then Ota's Somnium with the 6-minute time limit approaching, Date refused to stop. So close to seeing the culprit's true identity, boss ordered Peter to force shut down, pulling Date. So this is where we're currently at. As you can see, you are here. Do we want to go that route, or do we want to go the route of, oh hey, we saw the floral knife, let's go there? Tricky. I'm curious, do we want to get yelled at by the boss here? Or do we want to potentially be like, hey, it's your mom, who may or may not be having memory problems? Maybe it's convenience. Maybe it's like, I've got memory problems. I don't know why I dressed up as a polar bear and went to murder someone. Oh, but the thing is, I still think Ota is, in on something. Let's honestly go here. I don't want to be yelled at right now. No, I don't want to be yelled at right now. I don't want to be yelled at. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I have to adjust audio here between this and Horizon. Let me see.
Sorry that I had to get rough with you, kid.
Okay, it's maybe just... Alright, I'll monitor it. Okay, so this is, here we go.
Seriously, dude? Come on.
So sorry, Ota. Date told me to be the bad cop.
I did not.
Temper, temper.
Temper, temper.
Whatever.
Yeah, I could probably pull it down just slightly more. Okay.
Anyway, Ota, I have some things I want to ask you. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Let me get right down to it. Your mother, Mayumi Matsushita, was at the warehouse, wasn't she?
What are you talking about?
Was she there?
Just answer the fucking question.
Why would she be? That happened at 3 a.m. She was at home asleep.
Then why did we find evidence at the crime scene?
Evidence?
Sure, it might not prove she was there, but it makes it likely. The evidence is...
Oh, do I have to pick the knife? This isn't relevant? What do you mean that's not relevant? It's relevant? What the... Oh, is it the chocolate? Okay, well, sure. Took it out of my pocket and showed him.
The Hodoroki man chocolate.
That's
same
right.
one I showed you at the hospital. I found it in the corner of the cold storage warehouse.
So? That doesn't prove anything.
I want to see, did Oh, is this... So this is the timeline where... oh, shit. Wrong screen. Wrong screen. Where he tried to pull the knife out on himself, right? Let me see. Is it up here? I forget exactly. Where was it that we, like... let me see this. What is this? You're not finding my old Twitter account? Oh god, that's funny. I was actually looking at my old Twitter account because I was trying to see how long ago I had the old one before I moved over, and then I think, at least if it's the one I was talking about, it was like taken over by like spam bots. It's very funny. It's very funny. My Steam username? I'd have to double check because, well, you know me. I'm a pretty open person online. I don't really hide much. I don't really do whatever. But there's a couple of places, maybe possibly including Steam, that for a couple reasons, I only accept like real life, like good real life, like IRL friends, you know? And I don't remember if Steam is one of those places or not. So I'd have to double check before doing that. But if that is the case, it's like a no offense type deal. So I'd have to double check. I'm trying to remember where it was exactly that he pulled the knife out on himself. Was it in here? Was it for us to start? It was maybe to start the Somnium, like right before. Let me see. Let me scroll up. It might be here. While investigating, Date discovered that Ota's mother... Yeah, here we go. Date visited Ota at the hospital to ask follow-up questions, but Ota revealed that Iris was driving Renji's car, but he's covering yet another secret. He had a fruit knife hidden under his blanket. And then that's where he tried to, like, stab himself or something. I believe he was going to try to stab himself. That seemed to be the case. So, okay. So that would have happened. That's in, like, either split of the story.
Mayumi's fingerprints were on the package.
What?
Seeing how we have each other. Oh, trust me. That's not going to be the thing that prevents us from playing Among Us together. The thing that prevents us from playing Among Us together is me never wanting to play Among Us.
You have a bad poker face, Ota. Your reaction tells me Mayumi didn't give this to you and you dropped it on your own.
That information is confirmed. Ota's fingerprints were not found on the package.
Mom isn't the killer!
I didn't say that she was. I'm saying that she was at the scene. And so were you.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Why do you think Mayumi isn't the killer, Ota?
Because I was face to face with that polar bear when we fought.
Maybe she has old lady strength.
I could tell it wasn't my mom even through the costume. And no matter what happened, there's no way that my mom would stab me.
Why are you covering for her?
Covering?
That's why you're lying to me, right?
I'm not.
Are you sure about that? You must have seen direct evidence of Mayumi being at the warehouse, but you're hiding that from us. Or maybe even you're starting to suspect her.
Da-na-na-na.
I am not.
Sure.
What are you accusing me of anyway? What do you think I'm hiding?
What is Ota hiding? The knife. There we go. Now it works.
The kitchen knife with a floral pattern. Mom, I love you always is carved on the handle.
Got him.
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school. He knows how much I love flowery designs.
Oh.
You were stabbed by that very same knife.
It's kind of ironic.
How do you know that? The criminal ran away with the knife. No one was supposed to see it.
Can I turn my head towards stuff? Oh. Can you see my head go up and down? Yeah, you can. Look at that. Funny.
I knew it.
Is he holding something? Is he holding something secret?
No, my mom didn't do it.
Then why did you not mention the kitchen knife earlier?
Because I know how it looks. I thought Mom would get accused, and then she would have been brought in here and interrogated. I didn't want to put her through that.
And?
Mom never liked Tessa.
Yeah, we knew that.
So maybe,
She called her a witch.
just maybe, Mom hired someone to kill Tessa, and she gave them that kitchen knife. I don't know. I thought of it that way. Like that would ever happen. I know it sounds crazy, but after I saw that knife, I just lost it. Please, you have to believe me. Mom isn't a serial killer.
I don't believe you as far as I can throw you, Ota.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't like you. I still don't like him.
You do?
I do. I don't think it's possible for Mayumi to have kidnapped Iris. Because...
Not streaming equipment. I'm gonna say it's the 2 cars. I need more evidence. 2 cars and fishery. Seems to be unrelated. Grap. Streaming equipment. Okay. I guess we can use a clue more than once in this thing. The chocolate.
the Matsushita's van was stolen from the parking lot of the Famista while Iris was in the car. That was yesterday, 10:32 p.m. 1 minute later at the 812, which was about 100 yards away, Mayumi bought the Odoroki man chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
She entered the 812 about a minute earlier. This was all caught on security cameras at the store. That means it's impossible that Mayumi could have taken the van. And that means that Mayumi being the polar bear is also next to impossible.
Phew.
However, I can't completely clear her.
So maybe she did hire someone to stab. Like,
What?
You said it yourself. She
Yeah.
could have hired someone to commit the crime.
But that was...
In any case, I need to hear from Mayumi herself.
if you're still here, the Twitter account, my old Twitter account, was that somewhere on my Steam profile? That would maybe make sense. But is it the one where it's just like my actual birth date? That I quickly was like, because there was a point where, I mean, at that point, what was that, 2009 probably? So I was 16 or so, and I had a Twitter account where it had my birth date in it, and I was like, that's probably not like the best thing to have as like a username. And I was young because I made it when I was younger and I was dumb. And so then I had it for like maybe 3 or so months. And then I was like, I should create a new one. And so I did. Like probably like half a year later. So that's why I was trying to search like the dates on it or whatever. It's very funny. Funny thoughts.
I need to hear her explain the chocolate, the knife. There's a lot to cover.
We're gonna interrogate your mom.
I'm gonna head to Matsushita Diner.
Hell yeah, we're gonna get rough with her.
What? Hey, wait a minute.
Don't worry. I'm not going there to arrest her. I'm going there to clear her of suspicion.
Really?
Yes.
You won't arrest her?
Your mother wouldn't kill anyone, right, Ota?
Thank you, Date.
We're just saying that just to appease him. Like, we don't care. It's like, I don't care. If we start suspecting her, I'd be like, time to fucking get her.
Sorry for the late night, Miss Matsushita, but I have some questions I need to ask you. Could you spare some time?
She didn't look great.
I finally remembered about the warehouse. I did it.
What?
I did everything.
What? Excuse me? Pardon me, ma'am? What? Wait, we're just gonna fast forward. We're just gonna be like, oh, well. Are we taking her in? Jesus.
I didn't do this last night because I wanted to give you a chance to calm down. How are you, now that you've slept on it?
This is weird.
What are you talking about?
No, see, now she's not gonna remember what she had just said. God damn it, Date.
I'll be honest, I don't think you're the killer. You're giving us a false confession.
No, it's true. I kidnapped that witch. I took her to the warehouse and
Put her on the table and pulled her eyeball out?
yes.
No fucking way.
And the polar bear costume?
I bought it through mail order.
And you were the one wearing it?
Yes, that's right.
Date, the criminal has confessed. Arrest her immediately.
You got to the top of Abyss acting like that?
I heard that she used to be an actress.
Sounds about right.
This room is reflected in the mirror. There are pipes on the walls of the room. Security camera. It's been a while since we just randomly scanned shit. A desk in the middle of the room. Okay. Were you the one that stabbed Ota?
Well,
You were in the polar bear costume, right? That means you stabbed him.
Something. This. No fucking way. She's.
yes.
I mean, she's clearly taking the dive for someone, but like, why? I think it's Ota. I think Ota set up the situation,
with the knife I brought from home.
and she's covering for some reason.
I wasn't trying to hurt him. He fought me, and then it just...
Why did you kidnap Iris?
My son is under that witch's spell. Merchandise, concerts. She's bleeding him dry. I wanted to snap him out of it. I wanted to save him.
Why'd you take her out her eye then?
Because I just hated her so much.
Bad acting.
Killing her wasn't enough.
And then why did you want to stream it online then?
Because the world needs to see that witch die.
Jesus.
Just a quick question, Mayumi. Do you know anything about online streaming?
I'm not stupid. I might be old, but...
I've got millions of followers on TikTok.
Could you explain it to me?
Huh?
Step by step. Just tell me what you did.
I can't explain it in words.
Yeah, I mean, Ota would know. Ota would know how to set up streaming and stuff. Especially if Tessa, Iris, Aset here, like, was in on it as well, perhaps. I mean, that's maybe even less likely, but...
It's more like muscle memory.
But Ota definitely knows how to.
I was able to get it working after trying a few times, that's all.
Where'd you get the camera and laptop then?
I picked them out of the garbage.
Which garbage?
The garbage.
I don't remember. It's true, I planned the whole thing.
That's Cyclops Killings.
What do you know about the Cyclops Killer? We call the criminal we're after the new Cyclops Killer.
I know. They
It's me.
killed Shoko Nadami and Renju Okiura.
That's right. Both corpses were found with their left eye pulled out, same as Iris. This leads us to believe that the crimes were all committed by the same person. So this person in the polar bear costume, they are the new Cyclops Killer. And you're telling me that person is you? You killed Shoko and Renju?
Ah!
Yes, I killed them.
Fuck off. Why are you lying?
I am not lying.
You do know that perjury is a crime, right?
I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I killed Shoko and Renju, and I tried to cut that demon witch in half.
When and how did you kill her?
Well, I don't remember.
Great.
What do you mean you don't remember? Do you really think that lie is gonna work?
I have a memory disorder. I don't always remember everything. It's not my fault.
But you remember the cold storage warehouse.
There are times I remember and times I don't remember. It changes.
Date, Mayumi is not lying about that in particular.
Yeah, we know.
There are circumstances that might cause selective memory. For whatever reason, her memory might not have been stored properly in her mind. This is not uncharacteristic for those suffering from dementia.
What was your motive then?
Isn't Rinju Okura the president of that awful company where the witch works? He's just as responsible, using her to steal time and money from vulnerable kids. And I'm sure he was debaucherous and degenerate.
Debaucherous.
That man is the root of all evil. That's why I killed him.
So why'd you kill Shoko?
Rinju's ex-wife, right? I did it to get to him.
But the two divorced 4 years ago.
That doesn't matter. The bonds of matrimony are eternal.
Frame her face perfectly in here.
In your opinion, I don't think Renju felt the same way.
You are really starting to aggravate me. I answered your questions, so there.
Date, there's no point in letting this go on. She's clearly lying.
You seemed convinced earlier.
I was kidding.
Yeah.
I don't think she's the killer.
I am the killer. I am.
Time to bonk her on the head and go take her into the dream machine.
Right now, we have to rely on hard evidence. The Odoroki Man chocolate that Mayumi bought was found at the warehouse.
If Mayumi was at the scene before Ota,
She may have seen the criminal's face.
You know what I'm going to say, right?
Time to bonk her and put her in the machine.
Date, sync with her.
Here we go. Here we fucking go. We're gonna get revealed. We're gonna have a reveal, I bet.
Pewter, we're going to sync with Mayumi Matsushita. Prepare the machine.
Well,
Oh no, is he gonna say like she's really old, so we gotta be careful?
What happened?
the sync machine isn't operating to capacity.
What? Why?
Yesterday's sync, well, suffice to say, Ota and Date were not too compatible.
What do you mean by that?
Compatible?
I'll give you the big picture.
Oh boy.
To get the synchronization working properly, I had to push the machine pretty hard. And now, it's not responding.
How long will it take to fix?
16 hours.
Duh.
At least.
You've got 8.
But that's impossible.
So we can't sync yet, huh?
But we need to, or this investigation is going nowhere.
Date, I suggest we go to Matsushita Diner. We may be able to find some clues.
Good idea.
Pewter, you're useless. I'll let Boss and Pewter know.
Pewter, we're counting on you for those repairs. I'll be back in 6 hours.
But you said 8. Please, you have to
4,
give me at
okay.
least 8.
That Pewter, always so humble. He'll have it done in 6.
Yeah, Pewter is just that kind of guy, you know?
That's so rude.
Hey, this is a hostile work environment.
Poor Pewter, dude.
Why would Mayumi lie?
She is probably protecting someone.
Yeah, it's Ota. God, I am like, okay, there's a good chance that I might be completely fucking wrong, right? Sure, I'm willing to admit that. But to me, just makes sense. I'm like 80% confident sure that Ota set it up. Mayumi is in on it somehow, protecting Ota. Of course, loving mother wouldn't want him to get in trouble, but he set it up. He knows how to live stream. He did the whole thing. The only part that's hard to explain it is that he was, for what it looks like, actually stabbed in the stomach because he had to go to the hospital. And I assume you'd have to pull in way too many people to get away with, like, that kind of surgery to help that. Now, is it possible that he pulled in people at the hospital and it's a fake somehow? Very unlikely, but is it possible that he's just crazy and he did actually somehow was able to stab himself in the stomach knowing that he would be able to get saved? You know, kind of thing. The other part is he would have to be psychotic to have this pulled off. to look good in front of Iris, because that's probably why he's doing it. That would be his, like, reason for his motive. That's the word I'm looking for. Motive to do it would be to look really good. If it's live streamed, then it's captured. He looks like a hero. But if he did that to Iris, that's psychotic. To, you know, to make it look real and, like, actually hurt her. Unless, again, we go back to the whole, is Iris in on it as well for some reason? But she had her eyeball actually removed. Again, that would be hard to kind of, like, coordinate with, like, an actual hospital and stuff. But again,
But who?
Surely you know by now. There is only one person Mayumi would want to protect that badly.
Who is Mayumi covering for? Do I have to answer? So, Sojima?
It's Ota.
It has to be.
Does Mayumi think Ota is the killer?
Last night, Ota left Matsushita Diner with Iris. Mayumi saw the whole thing.
But Ota was stabbed in the stomach by the culprit. Does Mayumi not remember that?
No, that isn't quite it. It is possible that she thinks Ota is responsible for everything.
She thinks Ota stabbed himself?
Yes.
Why would he do that?
Before I explain, I would like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the possibility that Ota is the new Cyclops killer?
See, I don't know if I'm willing to go as far as to say he is the new Cyclops killer. Like, that he killed in this timeline Renju and Shoka. Those might be different and separate. But if he did do that, man. Because then he could try to be doing that to get to Iris.
Impossible.
Why?
Why can't Ota be the culprit? In yesterday's Somnium, Ota and the polar bear. Iris had her eye taken out. I mean, I don't know. The van stolen? I don't think that's it. Let's try this.
In yesterday's Somnium, Ota and the polar bear.
That was just a dream. It doesn't necessarily reflect what happened in reality.
Iris had her eye taken out?
Iris had her left eye pulled out. Ota would never do that.
Have you considered that she pulled it out herself?
Oh, God.
What?
Or even asked Ota to do it? Perhaps she ordered him to.
I mean, the van stolen at Emmett store?
The van was stolen while Iris was in the passenger seat. We know that whoever did it is the culprit we're looking for.
There is a chance that Iris was not in the passenger seat. She could have been driving.
How so?
Iris could have taken the wheel herself and driven to the warehouse.
But forensics only found Ota's fingerprints on the wheel.
That can be explained. It is possible that Iris covered her fingertips with her sleeves.
I don't understand.
In short, Ota and Iris are accomplices. This was all a performance.
That's sort of what I'm thinking.
A performance?
Iris drove the Matsushita's van. Ota drove the station wagon. They went to the warehouse separately. Then, they prepared the live stream. Iris anesthetized her left eye and removed it. Either that, or she asked Ota to extract it. After that, Iris took her position on the table, and Ota donned the polar bear costume and started the saw. Consider this. In the stream, Ota and the polar bear were never on screen at the same time.
Finally, the game starts letting us in on like things that I would assume most people are seeing, like me.
That means Ota went off camera, took off the costume, and then
reappeared.
Stay away from Tessa!
Such a good act.
Perhaps Mayumi witnessed the entire event. It is also possible that Mayumi knew what the two were up to.
So she lied to protect Ota.
Yes, but this is only a theory.
A game. Why would they do that?
Consider the possibility that Iris killed Shoko and Renju.
Consider the possibility that Iris killed Shoko and Renju. They killed her own parents?
Then, this whole thing was to get her off the suspects list.
Jeez.
That's why she pulled out her eye and had Ota stab himself. It makes it look like there's another criminal involved.
I mean,
I will repeat myself in saying that this is only a theory.
that's pretty, that makes a bit more sense then. Why would she and him go through such lengths? He ends up looking really good. She promises him, hey, I'll fucking love you. Or he at least thinks like, oh, she'll love me if I help her do this. She kills her parents, and then she would go through such lengths to remove her eye. That at least explains like that part.
It is one of many possibilities.
It's possible, but I don't think it's very likely. They wouldn't go that far just to avoid suspicion.
I don't know, kids these
you
days.
must consider the mental state of the serial killer. Shoko and Renju were both exposed and displayed. And they both had their left eye removed while they were still alive. Whoever our killer is, it is clear that they are sociopathic or even psychotic.
We can't rule anything out.
We just can't. To the diner again. I have a feeling we're walking into a trap.
Ota, why are you...
Uh-oh.
Why did you arrest Mom? You said you were gonna clear her. Why?
Are we gonna have a heart-to-heart with Ota? Oh boy. There's a photo in front of Ota. Let's go to the beer ad on the wall again. Are you worried about Mayumi?
Of course I am. That's my mom. What son wouldn't be worried about his mom?
What about Iris?
So worried that my stomach is in knots. The surgery was successful, but they told me she isn't out of the ICU yet.
Are you doing okay?
Okay? How could I be okay?
I'm just trying to be nice.
I got stabbed by a serial killer.
Easy, kid. You're gonna open up your stitches.
So why are you here?
When I was in the hospital, the police came to me. They told me that my mom confessed. I couldn't believe it, so I went to the police station. But because she was under investigation, they wouldn't let me see her. After that, I didn't feel like going back to the hospital. That's why I'm here.
It's not like Mayumi's under arrest. We just
You
kidnapped
asked
her.
me why your mom was arrested earlier, but she isn't under arrest.
What?
I spoke with her as part of my investigation, yes. But as a source of valuable information, not as a suspect. Mayumi confessed, but it's highly likely that she's lying. So we haven't issued a warrant for her arrest.
That's what I've been saying. Mom didn't do it. She's innocent.
Buddy, it's either you or her. Is Iris the criminal?
Word is going around. Maybe Iris was the one who killed Shoko and Renju. And you and her planned this warehouse incident to get her off our suspects list.
No way. Tessa had her eye.
She could have pulled it out herself, or asked you to do it.
You're kidding me, right? Do you really think I would do that? I was fighting for my life against the criminal.
That wasn't caught on camera, though. Neither was the part where you got stabbed.
You're saying that I stabbed myself?
That is exactly what I'm saying, yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time you faked something, would it, Ota?
You...
Did you stage the warehouse incident? Tell me the truth.
I'm telling you, I didn't!
Then why is Mayumi protecting you?
Mom is protecting me?
Your mother is stubborn. She's lying to us because she's protecting someone. The only person I can think of would be you.
Why?
Apparently, she thinks that you're the criminal.
Why would she think that?
Your guess is as good as mine. Got any ideas?
Maybe because of her condition. Mom has dementia. Maybe her memory is just mixed up.
About Mayumi's dementia.
Everything is my fault. It's because of me that Mom is... I know how it looks now, but back in the day, the diner was doing pretty good. You know Bloom Park is close by here, right? People who visited the park would stop here a lot. But ever since the explosion 8 years ago...
The chemical plant accident?
Yeah. We're just barely outside of the restricted area, but because Bloom Park closed, the number of customers dropped by a lot. The diner didn't last much longer. When this place closed, Dad started working at a Chinese restaurant chain during the day, and he was a security guard and traffic cop at night. Mom worked as a janitor, and we're both working hard and barely got any sleep.
And you?
I was just a high school student at the time.
Spending a bunch of money on Iris Idol merchandise.
I was such a dumbass. I thought it was totally normal to have both parents working, so I didn't even get a part-time job. And they bought me a PC and Idol concert tickets. I had it good, but we were drowning in debt.
Dead?
There's a loan on the house and the diner. Mom and Dad didn't let this place go. There are too many memories here to give it up, so they slaved day and night to keep it open. They worked and worked and worked. Thanks to them, I was even able to go to a good university, but right after I started, Dad...
Passed away?
Yeah, he had a heart attack. But even then, I didn't get it, you know? I didn't appreciate how hard they worked for me. He had a heart attack. From overwork.
That's rough.
Even when I wasn't taking college seriously and getting bad grades, my mom didn't say a thing. She just smiled and told me that it was okay, even when I told her I was going to drop out. Mom, I'm thinking of dropping out of college.
Oh, it's okay, boy.
What? Why do you want to do that, Ota?
I decided that I'm going to become a writer.
Wow, a writer. Oh, that's a good goal to have. But you really should finish college. You work so hard to get in.
You don't understand, Mom. A writer has to put all of their time into their creativity. I won't have time to go to classes. Plus, I'm friends with the editor of a publishing company. I'm definitely going to have my first book published.
Is that right? Well, Ota, if you say so, I won't stop you. Do what makes you happy. You'll turn out just fine. I know you can do it. And no matter what happens, Mom will always be on your side, okay? Forever and ever. I'll always support you, Ota.
Oh boy. You lied about the editor thing, right?
Yeah. How do you guess?
Because you lie about everything.
It was really just a few texts back and forth, but I was thrilled. I thought I could make it as a writer because of that. But it's impossible. I know there's no way I can be a writer. I've never even finished writing a novel. Not even once. I always give up after the first 5,000 words. To even apply for the amateurs contest, you have to submit 10 times that. But Mom, she kept supporting me.
When did Mayumi's illness start?
Not long after I quit college, Mom was always smiling at me. But I think she was starting to slip mentally. One day.
Oh, what's wrong, Ota? Do you have the day off from school?
Are you being sarcastic?
Oh, right. You don't attend anymore. Oopsie. I totally forgot.
How can you forget your own son's career choice?
Boy.
Sorry.
Oh, boy. It's like some inner guilt thing.
Anyway, are you hungry? You haven't eaten anything
makes me,
since
like,
this
uncomfortable.
morning, have you?
Are you kidding?
What?
I ate breakfast and lunch already.
Oh, did you? By the way, Ota, what's living at the dorms like?
Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not teasing you, honey.
Don't fuck with me!
Boy. Oh, boy. Listen to the rest of the story.
Mom got sick because I'm such a piece of shit. I was only thinking about myself. I didn't take care of her. I was so stupid, I didn't realize she was sick. I thought she was messing with me. I was so cruel to her for no reason. And she got worse and worse.
About that picture.
What's that picture?
Ota turned the photo frame to me so I could see.
Looking at this photo reminds me, one time when I was a kid, I said something really bad to Mom and Dad, and they scolded me for it. And it's not like it was an apology or anything, but Dad and I gave her a Mother's Day gift. My mom was so happy that she cried. That's what this photo is from. Why did it turn out like this? I'm such a bad son.
Hey, Iba.
What is it?
I don't like Ota one bit. But I can't imagine that this guy's the criminal.
Why is that?
Hearing his story made me think that he's not such a bad guy.
Dante, you can't be that easily swindled.
Your presumption is illogical.
Human beings are illogical. We're not like you AI. We can't be logical all the time. But we make up for it in one very important way.
What is that?
Intuition.
Do you find that useful?
At times. Iba, let's go back to the cold storage warehouse. We might be missing something.
Understood.
We're going back. There's some new files. Conspiracy to commit murder. An agreement between two or more people to commit murder. In this penal system, those who conspire to commit the murder will receive the same punishment as the actual murderer, if convicted. Let me see that flowchart again. We're almost, I mean, I would imagine this page doesn't like scroll from this like zoomed out view. So there can't be that much left in this, at least in this branch, you know? Wild. Wild. I'm very curious to see how this game handles whatever they would call like endings or like the end of these branches, right? Like I'm curious to see what it's like. Because obviously different things are happening in between the different stories. I mean, the one I keep pointing to is like in this timeline, in the left side of this branch, this whole side really of the tree is like Renju died and was murdered. And the other one, we're like chasing, we're like chasing Renju the whole time. He got into like a car accident. He was at the hospital. He left quickly. So I'm curious to see what's like, how this all kind of comes together in all these different endings. Like, do they really separately go, hey, here's like an ending? Kind of like how they did in like the 999 series, or I should say the, Zero Escape series, or do they all kind of come together at some point? Somehow. Narratively. Not actually. It would be kind of wild if timelines kind of converged again, but I guess I won't rule it out.
Date, weren't you going to check the warehouse?
I was, but a thought occurred to me.
A thought? What is that thought? Police officer. He says he doesn't have any new information. Akira Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. What is the thought? Is it something about the...
Iba, are you sure that Ota took this car?
As I've already explained, the security cameras at the Famisto parking lot saw the entire incident clearly.
So it was definitely Ota who drove it here.
Why are you stating the obvious?
Ota's the one who drove the station wagon.
Iba, who drove the van here?
Whoa, why did it go there? I didn't press this button to go here. That was weird.
There are two possibilities. Either
Why does it keep doing that?
Iris or the criminal who kidnapped Iris.
And Mayumi?
I don't know why it's doing that. Is it because I accidentally hit... Did I somehow hit this log thing and the van with the targeting reticle and it's doing that?
Considering the time that she purchased the chocolate, that would be almost impossible.
Because log is like highlighted.
The van was hijacked from the Famisto parking lot at 10:32 p.m.
That might be the case.
At that time,
So I might just have to
was in
keep...
the 812 convenience store more than 100 yards away.
How fucking awkward that can happen.
We found the chocolate Mayumi bought on the floor of the cold storage warehouse.
Maybe if I hit square, it'll clear it. Oh, I think that might have done it.
But that doesn't
Yes.
prove she was actually at the scene. If she was, how did she get here? She wasn't in the van or the station wagon.
Of course, a different car. I will search for all vehicles that were in this area from Sunday night to Monday morning.
Okay, now I actually do have to read this because I was not being able to pay attention. Okay, who drove the van here? There are two possibilities, either Iris or the criminal who kidnapped Iris. And Mayumi? Considering the time that she purchased the chocolate, that would be almost impossible. The van was hijacked from the family store parking lot at 10:32. At that time, Mayumi was in the 812 convenience store more than 100 yards away. And then Dante says, we found the chocolate Mayumi brought on the floor of the cold storage warehouse, but that doesn't prove she was actually at the scene. If she was, how did she get here? She was in the van or the station wagon. Of course, a different car. I will search. Okay. Iba connected to the end system server and began her research. She got a result in no time.
Found one hit. A taxi.
Where's that taxi now?
It is parked in Lemniscate's parking lot.
Oh boy.
At Lemniscate. Why?
Unknown, but we should speak with the driver immediately.
Oh, see, yep, my thing was on log. Look at that. I didn't know you could select these things here like this. It's very awkward. To Lemniscate. It's gonna be the secretary. The secretary!
Hey, got a minute?
Are you talking to moi?
Oh boy.
What?
Date, now is not the time to be distracted by this old man's diction.
Mind if I ask you what you're doing here?
Moi? I am but a humble taxicab driver.
Why is he doing this?
There we go.
I'm with the police. I have some questions for you.
I'm gonna talk to the... I said secretary, it's receptionist. About Iris, go.
What? You're too far away. I can't hear you.
No! I walked closer to the receptionist.
Oh, I can't believe Tessa became a victim too. It's like, seriously, can you not?
Alright, new idea. She's the murderer.
What if I'm next? Freaks me out.
She's the serial killer. It's gonna be a wild reveal.
Date, could you introduce me to some big, strong man who can protect me?
Nah, I'm sure you'll be fine on your own.
No, I'll totally die.
Is it business as usual here?
What? You
What?
gotta come closer. I can't hear you.
What? A what? A what? I walk closer to the receptionist.
Well, what can I say, you know? The biz is harsh, schedules are tight. If we shut down for even a date, we'd throw everyone else's schedules off. So they want to avoid that, of course.
So strange. It's her. Oh my god, it's her with the big tits. Great. Okay, driver, let's go. Where are you from?
I was born in Kawago, Saitama.
Then why do you talk like that?
I don't know what you mean. I've spoken this way all my life. My parents speak with the same vernacular.
What are you doing here?
I have just finished conveying my client from Tameke Sano's studio. I was informed that the visit here would be brief, and thus I have decided to wait in this lobby.
About Mayumi. Before I arrived at Lemnis Gate, I got a picture of Mayumi from Abyss. Showed it to the driver.
Did you drive this passenger on Sunday night?
Ooh, I did indeed. I remember her well. The old hag.
Old hag?
I took her on a tour of the streets of Tokyo. Our ultimate destination was the warehouse district in Ariake.
Why didn't you report this to the police?
Reported?
You don't know about the incident at the cold storage warehouse? It was all over the news.
No, I'm afraid not. Newspapers and television news programs have never been much of an interest to moi.
Describe what happened with Mayumi.
I recall it was around 10 in the evening, near the Kabasaki district, an unassuming restaurant named Matsushita Diner. That's where I picked up the old hag.
Please.
And as soon as she stepped foot in my conveyance, she was already barking orders at me. Follow that van, hurry! I must admit, I found it rather exciting, just like an old chase film. I, of course, insisted that I be paid up front. We pursued the van for roughly half an hour. Suddenly, the van came to a halt at a convenience store.
The Famisto along Koshu, right?
Precisely right. I am surprised you know that. In any case, I knew that the jig would be up if we were seen following the van, so I decided to drive past it. I parked at the 8 store, but 100 yards from there, while waiting for the object of our pursuit to make its next move. The old hag suddenly spoke up. I have to buy something, she declared, then made her way into the 8.
This must be when Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate.
A few minutes later, the old hag finished making her purchases and walked out. And then, at that very moment, I witnessed the van jet off at great speed down Koshu. I hurried the old hag inside my vehicle, then resumed the chase. We followed them for roughly half an hour more.
I see. If the driver's story is correct, Mayumi did not know that Oto was left behind at the Famisto.
Mayumi thought Oto was in the van the whole time.
Give me that again. Let me see. Okay, a few minutes later, the old hag, and then at the very moment, I witnessed the van. Okay, see, if the driver's story is correct, Mayumi did not know that Ota was left behind at the Famiso. Okay. Listen to the rest of the story.
We then arrived at a splendid manor. The van entered the premises through the front gate and disappeared from view. We, of course, could not follow, so we waited outside. I estimate another 10 minutes passed. The front gate opened once again, and the van drove out, and we pursued. But 30 minutes later, our pursuit was foiled again.
What happened?
The van drove into the restricted Kabasaki district. The old hag, of course, demanded that I follow, but I was not about to risk my license and livelihood. Instead, I parked on the road and waited for the van to drive back the way it came. But of course, we knew it might not take the same road back. In fact, we were not even sure the van would be coming back at all. But the old hag was not keen on giving up, so we began our stakeout. About 45 minutes later, the date had changed at this point. It was 12:25 a.m. on Monday.
How do you remember the time so well?
Well, you see, I always keep my radio dial on the same station. I remember precisely which programs were playing during this endeavor.
Weird.
Thus, I can approximate the time.
I see. Please continue.
At 12:25 a.m., the old hag's tenacious gamble paid dividends. The van returned down the same street. And thus, we again made pursuit. I kept considerable distance. We had come so far, I did not want to get caught now. But my caution backfired. I lost sight of the van in the Ariake warehouses. Without so much as a thank you, the old hag popped open the door and took off toward the warehouses. I waited for some time, but the old hag did not return. The goose was cooked at this point, so I made the decision to return home.
Goose was cooked.
I am glad I had the foresight to ask for payment in advance.
I have one more question.
I follow your story. I have one more question. Where is this manor the van stopped at?
Oh, every taxi driver in the city knows that residence. It is the personal home of Congressman So Sajima.
Sajima? Why did the van go to So's house?
We need to speak with him immediately.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Let's move.
Because he's going to be so willing to give us information, as he always has. Self-employed taxi driver.
Ah, this is Magnus Spiel.
What?
How do you know?
Magnus Spiel's promotional video is playing. Okay. Lots of magazines in that rack.
Featured. Anyone can run a pyramid scheme. I believe I'll purchase
Yeah, they're
that
called
on my way
NFTs.
home.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. All right, to the Sajima residence, I guess. Like I said, he's never gives us any information, so. But I guess we gotta try. Leave no stone unturned. We're gonna get attacked by bodyguards or something.
No one here.
Indeed.
I don't see So or his bodyguards.
Oh no, it's so dead.
I do not detect them either.
Let's go inside.
Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Slowly. Slowly.
Hey, Iba. Do you smell something funny?
Oh no, it's gonna be dead body smell.
You are aware that I do not possess the sense of smell, correct?
Oh, right.
Where's the dead body? Where is it? Folding screen.
There's something strange about this vase. Ugh.
What is it?
Is there shit in it?
This is definitely where the smell is coming from.
There's gonna be a head in there.
Is there something inside?
Oh no.
Maybe, but the opening is covered by a metal plate.
The lid is fixed with a bolt. It will not open easily.
Just kick it over.
Yeah.
Then, as is standard procedure,
We kick. Oh no, we X-ray. It's gonna be a head. Oh my god! Oh, look at the looks of this. Oh. Oh. It's not just the head. This is a large vase. This vase is bigger than I thought it was. I misunderstood the largeness when it was called a large vase. I didn't think it was going to be able to hold the chopped up pieces of So Sajima in there.
What the?
Date, destroy the vase.
Got it.
Kick. Kick it. Hi-ya. Is he going to shoot it? He's going to shoot it. Oh my god. Oh, and his eyes removed as well. That's great.
So Sajima?
Alright, well, what the fuck? Oh my god. Fragments of the broken vase. So's body. Cut into pieces.
That is the head of So Sajima.
The left eye is hollowed out.
This is most likely a crime committed by the new Cyclops Killer.
This is...
Do you have an estimated time of death?
Today, sometime between 11 a.m. and noon.
That's about when I was talking to Ota at Matsushita Diner.
At that time, Mayumi was in police custody and Iris was in the ICU of Central Hospital. They have not moved.
That means Ota, Mayumi, and Iris couldn't possibly have committed the crime.
This crime.
Assuming that this is the work of a single killer, those 3 can be eliminated from the list of suspects.
What if this is more of the back to the Yakuza people?
Ota, Mayumi, and Iris are not the new Cyclops killer.
Again, assuming this is work done by what we're dubbing the new Cyclops killer. I mean, that seems like important to note.
Right. By the way, why is there no one in the mansion? No bodyguards, no housekeepers.
I do not know.
Does So have family?
So Sajima's wife died in labor 30 years ago, giving birth to their son. Their son is currently living abroad.
So lived here alone?
Do you find that suspicious?
No, just...
Boss.
Date, a call from Pewter.
Oh.
Connect me.
Date, the sync machine is up and running.
All right, we have a new bigger deal.
You can sync with Mayumi now.
Oh, thanks, Pewter. But there are more pressing matters now.
Did something happen?
Yeah, I found So Sajima's body, with the left eye hollowed out.
What?
I'm at the Sajima household. Send the investigation team over.
Why so?
I can answer your questions when I get back to Abyss.
Got it.
Date,
Jesus.
what is your plan? Wait until crime scene investigation arrives?
No, there's something I need to do. If that taxi driver was telling the truth, Mayumi was at the warehouse yesterday. And we know the chocolate we found at the scene was hers. Maybe she saw something. Maybe she knows something we don't. Some kind of clue or information about the culprit.
Then...
Yeah, we're gonna sync with Mayumi.
I'm gonna do the damn thing. Let's go.
Date, a large-scale investigation of So Sajima has already begun. At this very moment, the media is already swarming outside the building.
Really? Doesn't matter. The sync is what's important. If we sink into Mayumi's brain, that might help us find the real culprit.
I understand. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Feel like something big is gonna be revealed. It's very orange.
Where am I?
Where is this? Oh, silly me. This is my house.
Oh, is it gonna be weird because is it gonna be like weird because she has dementia?
Huh? What happened to me?
This is Matsushita Diner, though it looks odd.
Yeah.
Likely an effect of the dementia.
Then we need to help remind her.
Do you think such a thing can be done?
This diner means everything to Mayumi. If we do what we did last time and reproduce the actions from Mayumi's memories, we could help her remember everything.
Is this what you call your intuition?
Told you it was useful.
Well, if we must. Somnium scan! Activate!
Gung. Is it all in this very tiny room? 5 mental locks. Oh boy. Sinking in the sustain. Find Mayumi's lost memories. Reproduce Mayumi's past actions to invoke her lost memories. Okay, it just says why. I'm gonna get a drink here really quick. So give me like a minute. Just a minute. Let me see. Let me put my headset on here. Okay. So I'm really curious to see, is this just going to be a Somnium instead of a very tiny room? Also, I gotta still find the hidden object, wherever it may be. Swinging door. Sliding door.
A swinging door that leads to the kitchen.
We must go into kitchen. Ota, come over here.
Ota, come over here. Ota, Ota, a girly magazine came in the mail. Is this for Ota or for Dad?
Well, this is awkward, but there's no reaction.
I tried my best.
Let's investigate something else.
Damn.
A
Agent
calendar.
Date, you've got 5 minutes.
Today's date is...
The calendar reads 2 months ago.
For 5 seconds, I got a half thing, so that's pretty good.
The sliding door at the entrance. Who could that be?
Welcome back. Leave us alone. We're closed. Let's try... Timey, use, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Ota. You're late today.
Home.
Are you not hungry? Today's dinner is omelet rice. Your favorite. Dad isn't back yet, but you can start eating.
Again? I'm okay. I ate already.
But
I'm fine.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
Ota, wait. Ota?
Oh, we're filling in more
diner has
the room.
manifested.
I see.
Maybe this is one of the memories she forgot. It must be important to her, though.
It looks like a sad memory.
Doesn't matter if it's sad. It's still important.
Oh, that's still not the first lock. Phone, menu. Beer poster.
An old beer poster.
Looks like me when I was young, or I could use a beer. Very strange.
An old menu.
Let's use the timey and do 1 ramen, please.
1 ramen, please. Wait a moment. What would me ordering anything accomplish?
I thought it might trigger Mayumi's memories of customers.
But Mayumi still thinks that customers frequent her diner, correct?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
Seems like I'm not doing great here.
An old menu.
I will use this timey and use that.
Let's come up with a new menu. Sauteed matsutake and shiitake mushrooms. The Matsushita set meal. 3,980 yen. What do you think?
I'm leaning toward no.
You have 3 minutes, Date.
Alright, we might want to restart. How do I do that again? How do I do a menu? Start the Somnium over? No. Log? No. Map? Can I not restart until I beat 1 section? Oh, it probably doesn't want me to do that because it makes no sense. The best thing for me to do would just restart the whole Somnium. That makes sense. I understand. Because if I retry, then it would take away one of my retries, you know? Alright, we got this. Alright, so sliding door.
The sliding door at the entrance. Who could that be?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume now we do swinging door.
Agent
A
Date,
swinging
you've
door
got
that
5
leads to the
minutes.
kitchen.
Let's get ready.
Let's get ready. For what?
To prepare the diner.
Do I have to do the preparations?
Well, Mayumi is working here.
But aren't there other things to investigate?
You don't want to go to the kitchen?
I am not good with wet areas.
You know, when you're in my eye socket, you're always moist.
Moist.
I am not.
Oh boy.
Isn't the inside of my eye socket pretty moist?
It is not. Stop saying that.
Huh?
Okay, apparently that's a no. Phone. Oh, I didn't try the phone yet.
It's the phone. Maybe try picking it up?
Roger.
Wrong number. My husband to go order. Let's try. We'll use that and my husband.
My husband?
Yes?
I think that's right.
Matsushita Diner. Yes. Well, yes. Yes. What? My husband!
Oh, damn.
Why? How could it happen?
Oh, this is kind of sad. Alright. So that's the first.
The diner has changed again.
I'm wondering if this is gonna
However,
split timelines again.
These memories aren't all happy, but they are all significant.
If this continues, will it not have a negative effect on Mayumi?
Maybe. But we have to see this through. We have to.
No, no. That almost makes it seem like we're setting up for Mayumi to have some bad reaction when we come out of this.
Understood.
Okay, congrats is the next one. Something about a cake? A bucket?
A delicious cake.
I wonder who it's for.
I would assume it's for Ota.
Congratulations, Ota.
I'm home.
Ota! Congratulations on getting into the university, son!
Aww.
Congratulations!
Hooray! Congrats!
That was quick. That was a good one.
Hooray! Hooray!
He put the thing on his head. He put the thing on his head. How silly.
Ota was quite the spoiled child, wasn't he?
He definitely had a lot of growing up to do. But that's what makes him so important to Mayumi.
I see.
Alright, so for Ota's dream is next here. And if I'm gonna go under... If I'm gonna go under a minute, or over a minute left remaining, I've got 2 minutes of time to work with. So now we have an envelope, some kind of autograph. Autograph, bucket. Bucket. Autograph.
You
Where is
have
it?
3 minutes, Date.
Autographs decorate the wall.
The middle, the left, the right. Oh, look at that. A fifth of a tiny thing. That seems worth it to pick up, right?
Mikimoto?
Who is that?
A photographer with some sort of beard like a mountain man?
That's got to be some reference or joke that I don't have. I assume that's what the case is.
It's an envelope. Some kind of mail? This is a bank statement. The Matsushita family's loan.
Oh boy. Let's burn it and throw it away. Let's do our best. Let's take a break. Let's forget about it. Oh boy. Let's use the 4th. I almost said let's burn it. Let's do our best.
Let's do our best.
We have to keep supporting Ota.
Okay, we'll work harder for Ota's dream.
This hurts to watch, dude. Something that does weirdly always like pull on my heartstrings is like stories of like struggling parents trying to make it as good, like a good a situation for their kids and putting on like a brave face almost. Like that kind of story always like upsets me for some reason. It's always rough. I'm always like, ugh. And I think it just has something to do with like money issues just is upsetting to me as a theme.
We reproduced another painful memory.
No, not quite.
Are you certain? Mayumi was under a heavy burden of debt and stress running the diner.
That's true. But sometimes hardship is worth it.
Is that so?
It doesn't, unless the 5th lock splits the timeline. Where's the hidden item? Have I seen it? I don't see it. So a Dokuri Man sticker. Oh, there it is. I see it. Aha! Aha!
What?
I found it! I found it! Just have to keep it open. Keep my eyes open here. Let's see what it is. Oh my god, it's Aiba on a cake. Look at it. Look at it. Let me see these. Oh, these are all the stickers from the the chocolate things. Those are cool. I like that. Concept art for the stickers. Okay, sorry. There's some kind of sorry.
It's a sticker from a chocolate candy.
Welcome home. Did you get it for me?
Baby Ota. Baby Ota is adorable.
It?
This is Ota when he was small?
An A-set figure, omelet rice, chocolate, or don't be selfish. Damn. Let's try... It's either going to be an A-set figure or chocolate. I'm going to go chocolate first just because that's what we're, like, talking about, you know? But even if it's wrong, then I'll get a 10th timey, which seems really good, so...
Do you mean chocolate?
Yeah, Odoroki Man, remember?
Yeah, thought so.
Oh, that. Yes, of course I bought it. Look, the Momonoke Man chocolate that you like. Here you go. That's not it.
Oh, she got the wrong one. Oh, God.
Oh, honey.
She tried her best.
I thought you liked the Momonoke Man chocolate.
No, I told you. It's Odoroki Man.
Oh, sorry. Your mom can be such a dummy sometimes.
Oh, God. Brat child. I mean, he was like a baby. He's like a baby at this point, so he doesn't know any better, but still.
You're not just a dummy, you're a super dummy idiot!
Oh, well, you're right, sweetie. I'm sorry. I'm a big dummy. I'll buy you a real Momonoke Man soon.
Stupid!
She said it wrong again. That's so good.
It's not Momonoke Man, it's Odoroki Man! I hate this! I hate you, Mom!
What? Wait, Ota! Where did you go? Please, come out from hiding, Ota. Ota, I'm sorry. Mommy won't make any mistakes anymore, Ota. Ota! Come back! Ota!
Oh, something's happening. The music changed. It's getting creepy. Oh no. Oh god.
me? Don't leave me alone. I am sorry, Ota. Ota! Takaro, I can't do this on my own.
Painful.
Don't leave me.
So that's what happened.
Date, look at what you've done. If Mayumi wakes up after all this trauma,
I know it's risky, but we're here for a reason.
what are you planning?
We have to keep going. Just a little more to awaken her past.
But
If she loves her
Oh,
family
boy.
this much, there has to be something. There has to be a precious memory hidden deep within.
is that
He's gonna push
your
it.
intuition?
It is.
Alright, one more lock here. Wall clock? Just the clock. I will never forget, it says, is my hint.
A wall clock.
Turn back time or advance time. Is this a split time thing?
A wall clock.
I mean, I would assume turning back time would be the way to go. Because we're trying to get memories, right? Yeah, we can turn back time. Let's try. If I could turn back time.
Welcome home. Did you get it for me?
We've gone back in time. Time is a precious resource, Date. Don't waste it.
I'm sorry.
Stop nagging me. I'll figure it out.
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry.
Wait, did I really fuck that up? Now what do I do? Oh no, did I? Let me, we might as well try to see what happens. Let's go back. We can burn one of our retries here. Especially if we're going to be saddled with a ×2.
A wall clock.
Let's try. I'm curious. I don't even know what I would have done at that point. How do I go back? Whoa. What's happening? What's happening? Is she going towards the light? Is this a death scene? Oh no. Don't do this to me.
Ota, sweetie.
Mom!
We know we can be a hassle sometimes, so... Huh, Ota.
Yeah.
Aww.
Thank you, Mom. You know, I love you. Forever and ever.
Me too, Ota. I love you both so much. I'll love you both no matter what. Oh, forever and ever. Oh, I'll never forget this.
Yeah, we are a family.
Yeah.
We can do anything.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it's okay to go back now.
Yes, I agree. By the way, Date.
Hmm?
I admit, it is useful every now and then.
What is?
Your intuition, you knob nuts.
Your intuition.
Follow your heart, your intuition. Dun dun. So it's not a split timeline potential here. I am curious what would have happened if I stuck with that other path. Like, would I have to somehow go back again? Probably. Clear Mayumi. Okay. Cool. With more than 60 seconds easily remaining. Handled that one. We handled that shit. After the rough start. We had to restart once because I was having a rough time, but... To the hospital for some reason.
Oh, I'm so sorry for worrying you.
What do you mean?
Your mother retracted her confession.
I'm so glad.
Yes, yes.
So then, why did she do it?
But Mom, why did you think I did it?
About that.
I explained to Ota. On Sunday night, Mayumi was following the van driven by Ota in a taxi. But when the van was hijacked in the Famisto parking lot, Mayumi was at another convenience store nearby, buying some chocolate. Because of that, she didn't see what happened. That's why Mayumi thought Ota was still in the van when it drove away, so she kept following it. The van drove all over Tokyo and eventually wound up in the warehouse district near the docks. Mayumi got out of the taxi and followed the van on foot. The van was later found at the Okiura Fishery cold storage warehouse. Mayumi walked into the warehouse and discovered the grisly scene.
A polar bear plucking out Iris's left eye? I was so terribly frightened. I panicked and ran. I'm sure that's when I dropped the chocolate. And I ran away from the warehouse as fast as I could. I just kept running and running. But while I was running, I had a thought. Maybe that polar bear was Ota. Because at the time, I thought Ota was the one driving the van. If Ota brought Iris to the warehouse, then Ota must have been the one in the suit. That's what I was thinking anyway.
So that's why.
I'm so sorry that Mom doubted you, Ota.
I want to see the other album photo here. Look at us go. We're clearing these Somniums. Oh, look, concept art for her. Concept art for her. Oh, look at that. Oh, and then like a height reference thing as well, kind of slightly there. I like the design of the dad. The design of the dad is pretty good. And Baby Ota's pretty good. And then... Oh, at first I thought like the beer mug was like floating, and I didn't see like she was like one hand on hip and then the other arm like holding the beer. Like I didn't see that. Okay.
No, I understand. It's my fault for making you worry.
Wait, was the person's album thing updated? Taxi driver is a person. Wow, look at that. Takushi Ibarato, 54. Profession taxi driver, likes ghosts, doppelgangers, fists, saws, and chimneys. Dislikes people who watch the map on their smartphones the whole ride. Okay. Hobbies, multi-level marketing. Great. Skills, tales, sticking around and keeping things casual. Overview. He is a taxi driver specializing in driving celebrities and entertainers. He has a special relationship with Lemniscate and often drives their talent. Great.
Ota.
But there's one thing I don't get. Why did you buy that chocolate when you were following me?
Oh, because...
You liked Todoroki Man chocolate when you were young, right, Ota?
Yeah. I was like the number 1 or 2 collector of the stickers in my elementary school class. I stuck some of my duplicates all around the diner, too.
You and Mayumi have strong memories of that chocolate, right?
Yeah, but I guess they're not all sweet memories. They're like chocolate, you know? Bittersweet. Makes my heart hurt a little.
That's not it! Oh, honey, I thought you liked the Momonoke Man chocolate. No, I told you! It's Todoroki Man! Oh.
Oh, Mononoke.
Sorry, your mom can be such a dummy sometimes. You're not just a dummy, you're a super dummy idiot! Oh, well, you're right, sweetie. I'm sorry. I'm a big dummy. I'll buy you a real Momonoke Man soon. Stupid! It's not Momonoke Man, it's Todoroki Man!
After I yelled at her, Mom immediately went to buy me another chocolate. My dad came back from buying some ingredients at the same time, and they ran into each other. My dad really let me have it.
Stop being a spoiled brat.
How dare you speak to your mother like that?
Because Mom is stupid.
You're stupid to call your mother stupid. Your mother bought you that to make you happy. You need to think about how she feels. I didn't raise you like that.
But...
When she comes back, you apologize. Do you understand?
My dad told me to apologize as soon as Mom came back. But the guilt... I hurt my mother, you know? That guilt in my heart, it didn't go away. Even after I apologized to her. After that, things got awkward with Mom. But a few days later, my dad came up with an idea.
Hey, Ota, how about this? You know Mother's Day is coming up. Why don't we get a gift for your mom?
A gift?
That was the first time I had ever heard my dad say something like that.
You know how Mom always takes care of us. We should think of a way to pay her back.
I'm sure my dad was trying to clear the air between all of us. So, on Mother's Day, I used my New Year's money I saved up to buy my mom that flower knife. And my dad saved up a little money to buy the floral apron. And when Mom got her gifts, she started bawling. Like full-on crying.
Oh, you boys. I don't deserve all this. Thank you. You do deserve it, Mom. I'm proud that you're my mom.
The head movement on the portrait is like his shoulders are like really high and he's like...
Right, Dad?
Oh, yes. Mom is the best mom in the world.
Thank you. Say cheese!
No one said cheese.
Sorry, I lost track of time. What were we talking about again?
The Todoroki Man chocolate. Why she bought the chocolate in the middle of tailing you.
Tailing?
Mom.
It could be due to her memory disorder. It is possible that her thought process was once again short-circuited.
Ota, I'm just going out on a limb here.
Huh?
Earlier I looked inside Mayumi's head.
Inside her head?
She was thinking of nothing but you. Her head was full of memories of you. Mayumi just wanted you to come back, Ota. So she bought that chocolate. The chocolate you loved as a kid. She thought she could get you back home with it. That's why I believe in Mayumi's
Kind of a
head,
wild idea.
you're still
Kind of
young,
like
Ota.
weird, just...
Huh?
I don't know.
Huh?
I could be wrong.
No, you're right, Date. That's why my mom bought the chocolate. She wanted her little kid back.
Talk to her.
I'm sorry. Who are you again?
Oh my god. It's rough
Date.
out here.
I'm Ota's friend.
Don't say that. Don't admit that.
Ota's friend. Is that right? I hope you two get along.
Oh, Mom.
What happens now?
I was always so selfish. I made my mom go through such hard times. So from now on, I'm going to support her the way she supported me. I'll do anything. I'll deliver newspapers or be a janitor or anything. I'll work as hard as I can to make sure my mom can rest easy.
What about your dream of being an author?
Well, of course I'm not gonna give up on that. But I'll set my sights a little smaller. I'll start by writing a short story.
Let me read it when you're done.
Of course.
One last thing.
Oh, I forgot to tell you something important.
Something important?
I heard the nurses talking before I came in here. Iris is awake.
Really?
Oh boy.
Yeah, she's due to be transferred from the ICU to the general ward.
I mean, it's been a while since we've talked with Iris, like, since we saw the thing happen.
Thank God.
You saved her life, you know. Maybe, just maybe.
Huh? Maybe what?
Nothing. See you, kid.
Is Iris your girlfriend?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll introduce you next time.
girlfriend.
She's a great girl.
Oh my, I'm looking forward to it. Is she going to be your financier? Oh, maybe I should clean up a bit first.
Financer? Oh, fiance.
Oh, yes!
Close enough.
Yes, that's it.
Jeez, Mom.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Date, there are still many loose ends in this investigation.
Hey, you're telling me.
Yeah, you're right.
Are we not gonna be able to see
Looks
Iris?
like another all-nighter.
I need to see Iris. Got things to see, people to do. Not people to do. That came out not how I intended. Really? Really? Oh, so it is like multiple like endings to like character stories. So I would assume then each branching path is like we're seeing the conclusion to someone's story, and that one was seeing the conclusion to Ota and his mom, you know, which sort of makes sense. But and maybe then you just have to complete every storyline, like timeline, to kind of like see the full conclusion to the whole mystery and story, I guess. But we fucking saw So Tsujima chopped up. Like, what the fuck? Like, excuse me? Excuse? I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon? I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see if it does a thing. But I guess we're gonna see multiple instances of the credits then, if this is how it handles it. I wonder then if there's like a recognized canon timeline then of like a thing. music is intense though, at least. Kind of like it. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Is it just going to be like, pick another place in the timeline, go? Oh, wait, no. Police headquarters. What? What's happening? Where am I?
Has there been any progress in this Jima investigation?
Oh, no, it literally just is... There's more. Enhance. Date finished a sync with Mayumi. Somnium was not what was expected, but Date was still happy with how things turned out. Driving. Okay, so no, it's just, I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be like a little ending bit, Bob. Let's see.
None. Zero clue.
Not exactly. We have 2 clues.
Look how adorable this little fucking thing is.
2?
2 points of information. But they may not connect directly to the murders.
What are the 2 clues?
Point 1. This may be easier to see than explain. I sent a video to the boss's PC. Could you check there, please?
Boss went to her desk and moved her mouse. I stood next to her and looked at the monitor.
What's this?
It's from Sunday night.
Yes, after Date was beaten by Ota at Matsushita Diner.
I don't know if beaten is the right word. I was literally just smacked over the head. It's not fair.
You witch!
There, stop it. I noticed this earlier as well. Do you see the walk on the floor beside Iris and Mayumi?
Yeah, what about it?
Look closely.
Enhance.
The bottom part is curved. Do you notice anything in the reflection?
Oh, that is some tricky shit.
Iris and Mayumi.
Yes. I have prepared an enlarged and processed version of the image.
Enhance.
Boss, the next video.
This is gonna be some kind of reveal. Let's see.
You witch!
Oh, she has a knife in her hand. She's going at Iris.
Stay away from my boy!
Yeah, she's ready to stab Iris. And she just takes it.
Tessa!
Oh?
What's wrong? Did something happen?
No, everything's fine.
Okay, let's go.
Huh.
Ota.
This is so strange. Something...
Hey, what's this?
Iris has the kitchen knife?
The video continues, but this should be enough. Iris took the knife and left the diner with Ota.
But if Ota's testimony is true, the polar bear had the kitchen knife.
Maybe it was taken off of Iris when she was kidnapped.
At the Femisto parking lot? Whatever, we can think about it later. You said you had 2 clues.
Yeah, what's the other one?
I have learned new information. More thorough autopsy results of Renju's body have revealed something. An object in his intestines.
Oh boy.
An object?
What is
A
it?
clump of organic matter.
Yeah.
Because it was partially digested, it took significant time to analyze.
Well, what was it?
Gonna be a hairball? Why do I jump to that immediately? Oh no, is it? Oh, is it gonna be someone's eye? Oh no, I'm gonna throw up. Ooh, if it's Shoko's eyeball.
Shoko Nadami's eyeball.
In his intestines. Oh, that is weird. Ota route end. Oh my god, so that's what it does. It just goes like a... That is a lot like Zero Escape series, where it's like, oh, the Ota route is ending, and it's not dropped on a bombshell kind of thing. Okay. So that's somewhat of a reveal. 2 reveals, honestly, there. So we get the feel-good Ota and his mom are together. Great. But then it's, of course, the mystery builds. Okay, so in this timeline, Shoko was killed. Somehow, that eyeball of hers was in his intestines. Did he put it in there? Did he eat the eyeball? Did he kill Shoko, his ex-wife? We don't know. But then he died. So then Renju died and was killed somehow. Hung up on that hook. Then the whole, what we just saw, the whole Ota, Iris, his mom deal went down. And we're revealed 2 things. He had the eyeball in his stomach somehow. And there was that weird knife thing. What does it fucking mean, though? What does it fucking mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Okay, tutorial. There are still mysteries left unsolved. The real culprit, the incident 6 years ago, and Date's past. Well, yeah. The story's branching points are in Somnia. Use the flowchart to jump to a branching point in a Somnium, maybe hidden somewhere in the dream world. Find a new way forward. What do you mean? Wait, what? What is that tutorial saying? Use a flowchart to jump to a branching point in a Somnium. It may be hidden somewhere in the dream world. Find a new way forward. What does all that mean? What do you mean? What is that? What happens if I... Oh, no, don't do that. Don't go to the title menu. What do you mean it was in a branching... What do you mean it's a fucking branching? I mean, we have, at this point, we have 4 paths to go. Or 4 paths visible, right? We have these 2, where I kind of left this whole thing. Where we did the Minecraft, like, Somnium. Yeah. So we have those 2 branching off there. And then here, we have the one where we are going to get yelled at by boss because we pushed it pretty far in the Somnium with Ota. And then remind me, this one was the weird fucking one. We're going to see all these. You might be able to find the truth. So then in this one, we saw this was it was Iris' Somnium. Suspicious figures kiss. So it was the weird one where we went with the path where we saw Sosojima getting macked on by something or someone. It didn't, I don't think it really concluded. I think there was like, was that Iris kind of thing? But we don't know for sure, I think. And then here, Date saw video footage of 4 women being murdered. They were the victims of the original Cyclops killer. Figure that slaughtered the 4 women looked like Date. Okay, so those are our 4 paths that we can go. Now, here's the thing. The tutorial pop-up that just went on. It was like, oh, we still need to learn about Date's past. I figure we probably learn about Date's past in this pathway, right? Something I'd sort of like imagined was going to be the case. Sorta, you know? And I'm thinking I would rather do these two before going back to this completely different timeline where like Renju is still alive and stuff, like, and then we worry about those two after we've done these things. And more so, I think I'm more interested to learn about Date's past than going down here into getting yelled at by boss. We'll do that after this whole path, I think, is what we're going to do. So let's keep going for a bit. We got some time. We're going to keep going. We got some time this afternoon before I have to go. Let's go. Okay, so reminder. We're following a timeline where we did the Somnium with Iris, and it looked like it was painting to us that Date was the murderer of the 4 people in the original Cyclops killing.
Somnium?
We saw it too.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
They need to tell me what we gotta learn Date's past, because that was a thing I'd been talking about, like...
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago are these memory fragments that coalesced in this Somnium.
No. That means the person who killed them was...
Dun dun. Boss, you have some explaining to do. Okay. What are we gonna find out here? Let's go to Pewter first. The red figure from the sink.
In the Somnium earlier, I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know.
Unhelpful. Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' Somnium?
The sinker does not always experience the Somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see. True, oftentimes a subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories. That is why we see them so often in Somnia, and why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations. But this is not a guarantee. We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all.
About the original killer.
Remember what the boss said this morning. The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice. After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified. That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in reality, it was dropped completely.
But the original and new incidents.
I don't believe there's any meaningful connection between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
How can you be so sure?
Because I can.
Because he knows. That's what I'm saying. I think I brought this up a few parts ago, but like, because he probably knows Date was the original killer.
Don't worry about it. Just trust me.
Or at the very least, he knows the identity of the original killer, and for some reason knows that that person is either no longer around or is Date and doesn't remember it. You know what I'm saying? Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' Somnium?
It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. This can be expressed as an equation. Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C. This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C. Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier...
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
Are all memories real?
Pewter,
That's
you
definitely
said
not.
that memories happen in reality, right? But what about false memories?
Yeah. This is a thing that's been explored in Kingdom Hearts, yeah?
How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not. Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
Peter looks like his usual self. Super dorky. Alright, boss, you gotta fucking tell me what's going on. The blue figure from the sink.
Help me understand this. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
Did you see him? He was...
I
Me?
saw your face. The original Cyclops killer was...
Can't be. That's impossible.
Date, you cannot say that for certain. You have no memories past 6 years ago.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
I'm kidding. You can't be the Cyclops killer.
Oh, come on.
Really?
Of course not. Do you think I would hire a serial killer?
I would not put it past you.
You interrogated Iris before the sink. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
What about the original Cyclops serial killings?
The Cyclops killer appeared 6 years ago. I lost my memories 6 years
That's
ago.
what I'm saying.
There has to be some kind of connection.
They know something they're not telling
There
us.
isn't. It's a coincidence.
Really?
Really.
Really, really? About the original Cyclops serial killings?
Didn't I tell you? The entire case is a state secret. No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything.
Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' Somnium then?
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? And not just one, but all four?
It's highly unlikely, right? Summarize it. Summarize! I didn't learn anything from speaking with Boss and Pewter, unfortunately. If anything, the mystery only grew deeper. Pewter shook me from my thoughts.
Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
I headed to the sink room.
Hey, Iris. About that dream earlier.
Dream? What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Date. The subject of a sink does not experience somnium in the way that you do.
Come on, Date.
They will not remember it.
Then what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
Cyclops killer? I remember hearing it on the news, but I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
You don't?
No.
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But...
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about. Date, could you take Iris home?
Huh?
We do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. The law demands that we release her.
You cannot decline, Date.
Watch me. Watch me do it.
Date, could we make a stop first?
No.
Sure. Where?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
You know about that place?
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
Oh, also earlier, I just now remembered, just because she said Mr. Okiura, I think earlier in just the stream, I accidentally said that Iris killed her parent. Like, I was theorizing and said, why would Iris kill her parents? The, Shoko and Mr. Okiura, Renju isn't her parents. Renju is obviously her, like, manager. It's the blue-haired girl, Mizuki. Is that her name? I gotta check because it's gonna bother me if I don't. Yeah, Mizuki. Those are her parents, so I slightly mistook. Sort of makes a bit more sense there. What's tips? Branching paths always appear in Somnia. Discover the other routes by jumping in the Somnium where the story splits. Okay, well, I like how the game told us that, but it's like I was clearly already doing that. But I imagine there probably are some people who just play one path and then will only jump when they reached an ending, you know? Couldn't be me, but...
It might take a while.
Okay, I missed. Okay, why do you want to go there? There's something I want to talk about. We can't talk here. It might take a while. Okay.
What do you think?
There's no reason to refuse.
I think she's strange.
Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her, too. Alright, sure.
Iris nodded and pulled out her phone. Is she sending a Nile message to someone? I was curious, but I didn't want to pry. I turned the wheel and drove to Marble. Takes a sharp left turn into the wall. Marble. When we walked in, I didn't see Mama anywhere. To my surprise, I saw Ota sitting at the counter.
Tessa!
Oh, Ota!
Why are you here? I think this is our first time being able to see, like, this side of the place. Specials are written on the chalkboard. A flyer. There's a poster on the wall. Oh, it's the same things. Okay. The bar counter. Miss Click. You called Ota here?
No, I didn't tell him to come.
I don't believe you. That's who you were messaging, yeah?
He just showed up on his own.
Iris is standing next to me. She's lying. She's lying! Where's Mama?
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
Wasn't particularly surprised. Mom was always depended on the kindness of strangers ever since she opened Marble. What was that? How well do you know Mama? Not at all. Okay, wait. Told me to watch the place until she got back. Okay, that's why. Okay, I was confused for a sec. Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
I never thought I'd run into you here.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier.
Yup, you liar. Iris, why are you lying to me?
She said she was going to Marble, so...
You fucking liar, dude.
I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about
you
her.
Liar.
She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
What was that thing about?
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing. That you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were you talking about?
Well,
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
Two-witter.
Geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you, who's that?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
Okay, this is again a diversion tactic. I'm gonna get smacked over with a walk again, over the head. If I get smacked again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Again? I can't believe it. Not this again. Oh, and they short circuited my eye, so I can't even record like the banging on the head thing. Wow. 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 Fucking wow, dude. I can't believe it. When I woke up, I was lying on the sofa.
Where am I?
My head was killing me and my memory was foggy. I felt a sudden pain in my neck, as if I'd just been stunned with a taser. I shot up, rubbing my neck. When I looked over the counter, I saw a monster staring back at me. That's rude. It took me a few seconds before I realized it was just Mama.
It looks like you're awake now.
As Mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back. I remembered everything. Where's Ota?
Ota? The boy I asked to watch the bar?
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational.
It's rebooted in safe mode. What time is it?
It'll be 3 o'clock soon.
Oh, great.
In the morning, of course.
Why didn't you wake me up?
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
No.
Didn't have a single drop.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days.
Great.
Date, the boss is
Oh, I don't want to speak to the boss.
Oh, how am I gonna report this one?
I'm always a fuck up.
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency. Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video.
Oh, no.
I sent the address to Iba.
Oh, shit, so it does the same thing. Look at this. Wow.
Iris.
So it's branching, but the same situations are, like, occurring. I got, duped. I got, instead of banged on the head, I got electrocuted, but the same situations are set up.
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
Iba, the source.
identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse, Koto District.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
Dun dun dun. Dun, dun. Thank Mama and ran out marble. Bum bum bum. Dun dun dun.
What's our ETA?
Our destination is far from here. 20 minutes at the fastest.
Please let me make it in time.
Oh, am I controlling this? No. Oh my god, it's still a polar bear. Oh, this is the live stream video. Okay. Bumper just walks away. It's so it's so fucking silly.
Tessa!
Unbelievably silly.
I'll save you.
Ota!
Stay away from Tessa!
I wonder if this will be any different than the other path. Kept my foot to the gas the whole time. Could feel the sweat on my palms. Palm sweating, mom's spaghetti. The engine raised a high-pitched scream, but I could barely hear it. My heartbeat was pounding my ears, shaking me to the core. How much time had passed? The feeling of time itself had disappeared. Eventually, the car reached a long bridge. Shortly after, the image changed. The polar bear's back.
No, it can't be. No.
Oh no.
Stop!
He didn't stop the polar bear? Ooh. We're not gonna actually see it, are we? Oh my god! Jesus! Just splash zone right into the camera. Polar bears do do do. So in this one, Ota doesn't stop the killer or the polar bear. I don't know how to refer to this thing. But God, so then she doesn't get saved.
No!
He's just gonna drive off the bridge. Kill that polar bear on sight. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the hell? The thick polar bear. Well, at least he can reveal the identity of the bear, right? I mean... Jesus. Yeah, see? Ota in the suit. At least in this timeline, right? I mean, or is it fair to say that that would be the same in the same other timeline? Ota would be in the suit as well? But at least in this timeline. Both Ota and Iris die and get chopped in half. Jesus. Oh my god.
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you.
What is that? Let me see where the flowchart's kind of leading. Not much. Because we technically haven't, like, changed, like, scenes.
It's rare to see you down like this. But it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you. Am I right? Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks? Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide.
Whoa.
Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
No, I really passed that image quickly. I didn't need to see it again.
That's ridiculous.
It was on
Ota
accident.
would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
Ota had no incentive to kill Renju.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it, making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
Ota had no incentive to kill Shoko.
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
That's a stretch. They've been divorced for years. Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
Ota's behavior during the video.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice cutting machine himself? I don't buy it.
What about the polar bear costume?
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Are you sure?
I am.
I told the boss what Iba found.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Ota could have stabbed himself. Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice-cutting machine.
Then, shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Makes sense.
Well, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning. I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
Really?
Yes, really.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice-cutting machine. And then...
Then, who is the culprit?
I wish I knew.
We're up to 4 victims, but Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Connections.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
Sure.
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting point.
Ota's mother, Mayumi.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either. And since Renju is the president... Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her. And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
Okay. Renju and Shoko's daughter, Mizuki.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims. Shoko and Renju were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous.
How about Moma Kumakura?
Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras, but there's no connection to Iris.
Well, he was a big fan of Iris. I don't know if he knows that in this timeline, though, is the thing. Iris's mother, Hitomi.
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school classmates, and she did say that she met Shoko twice. But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way. No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me.
Congressman Sosujima.
Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras. But again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
Me. Oh, whoops. Me.
I know Renju and Shoko, and I'm connected to Iris, but I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No, now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events. And if I start doubting myself now...
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer.
That's a little too convenient to say.
I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit.
It's you, boss. It's the receptionist. I'm telling you.
Get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
It's a receptionist. Oh god, oh my god, we have a lot of places to go. Oh boy. Alright, to the diner first then. The place was silent. It was so quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside, thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. Jesus. Do you want to talk about it? Sorry to interrupt. Oh boy. About Ota.
This is your fault.
Uh-oh.
I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris, my boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now.
Rough.
Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, let's go. The Sagan residence. No. Let's go to the warehouse. I stepped into the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. Temperature hadn't raised much at all. Cold air sunk into my skin, but the center of my body was burning hot. Oh, it's our friend. Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
The inspector is doing his duties as usual. Oh, we don't get to do the name gag. Any progress on the investigation?
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
Bloodstain A. Iris and Ota's blood. What is this? Is this Ota's blood?
Right here. Iris and Ota were...
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right, about that.
Sliced in two.
Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or...?
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, He was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume and finally cut open by the ice cutting machine.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown.
Iris and Ota's bodies are under autopsy. Their bodies aren't here anymore. Iris and Ota were sliced, not silenced, into by this ice cutting machine. Iris and Ota.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed.
There's a lot of blood and just like immediate. I mean, I guess just it hits her body and just goes.
The video was not a recording. It was a live stream filmed in real time.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
An ice cutting machine.
This forklift is old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
Okay. A forklift. I don't see anything special about it.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream. All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them. I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it. I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju.
I believe this is like the third time we've been told this, but it's all in different timelines, so.
The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died.
You gotta make sure that, like, anyone who might be playing a certain timeline, any of the different timelines at a certain point, gets the same kind of, like, information.
Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
Video camera and laptop used for the stream. I'm heading out. Let me know if you find anything. I let them know, then left the warehouse. When I left the warehouse, I saw Pewter. What is he doing here? What is he doing here? He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Is this where he tells me it was me?
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little.
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So I decided to meet you here.
All right. Let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes. Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer.
It's gonna be me.
Although, it's
Got it.
more accurate to say,
killers.
Oh, dang.
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice. One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras.
Lame.
They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
Oh, well, wait, is he gonna say I'm the accomplice? Then we'll be back on with my whole deal. About Rohan.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out.
I can never actually imagine doing that to someone. Like, that seems like, oh, it's so barbaric. Like, just, the sound it and feeling it would make, I would want to die if I was doing it to someone.
The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them. He needed to have them, to make them his own. Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal partner, the aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Who is the murderous psychopath? Let's just cut to it.
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone.
Love hormone.
It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute.
We're saying he a lot. You're not giving me the identity.
His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
Killings.
What was it?
Murder.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure. He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
Okay, if it was 6 years ago, then that would mean that person would have been 18 right now, and so it's probably not Date. Why did the Cyclops case get classified?
That, I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
Summarize for me. Just tell me,
The
dude.
original Cyclops killer had an accomplice.
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
And one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. That means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police. They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case, he He is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Okay, so we're confirming then 89 that we, I think, talked to in the other timeline. The other half, the right side of the tree, was the Cyclops killer then?
Number 89.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
So, now you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
I mean, there's still got to be some reason that these killings happened 6 years ago. Dante doesn't remember anything past 6 years ago. Like, there's got to be something. Peter looks grimly serious. Guess we're just gonna leave then. Let me check the endorphins. Endorphin or endogenous morphine released in the brain. Oh look, endogenous morphine, endorphin relieves pain, calms nerves, and creates a feeling of euphoria. Totally unrelated to dolphins. Just in case you were wondering. Oh, here we go. We have more. Dopamine, one of the neurotransmitters present in the central nervous system, involved with pleasant feelings, motivation, and learning new information. Posterior pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is part of the endocrine system that hangs on the lower part of the brain, not to be confused with the anterior pituitary. Primarily secretes oxytocin. Peptide hormone. Hormone with a peptide bond. Peptide bond is a bond that occurs when the carboxyl group of a molecule, COOH, reacts with the amino group of another molecule, NH2, which generates water, H2O. Has nothing to do with energetic tides. Great. Okay. I'm thinking we'll end this afternoon stream here. Because I'm kind of feeling. Let me see this on the phone chart real quick. I mean, this is gonna go. Yeah, we'll end it. I mean, this is gonna go up and either end soon by continuing going up or extend a little like further left, and then it'll be a thing. Maybe it'll split. Maybe we'll do another Somnium at some point and it'll split up here. I mean, I doubt it. I bet there's just one final Somnium. I would assume the game is structured so that like you do one final Somnium sync type thing, and then you get like this ending bit, right, where we saw a good thing happen and then like a big thing get revealed, a part of the mystery, right? And by good thing, I just mean like some kind of conclusion to someone's story, since there's so many characters here, you know? Although, that's why I think we're going to just reveal something about Date here, since now in this timeline, we have 4 people currently dead. Shoko, Renju, Iris, and Ota, all dead. Who knows if more will die, but like, I assume we're just going to learn more about Date in here, so I'm kind of curious to follow this line. But yeah, let's go ahead and end it. This was a good little I would say this is like a bonus afternoon stream, because like I said, I'll be back. I should be back later tonight after I take care of some things and eat and stuff. I should be back on, and we'll do more Horizon probably. And if I can stay awake, maybe we'll go late night with Horizon. I will say I'm thinking sometime this week a new game will be started. Probably, I mean, if you follow how I kind of do things, it'll probably be a short game, so it'll only be like a couple streams, but there's a smaller game I've wanted to start that I think I can take care of in like, you know, a few streams. So that'll probably happen later in the week though, since I'll still probably want to play a lot of Horizon earlier this week. So probably think like Friday, maybe Friday night I'll start it, who knows. But I'll work on it. I'll think about it, things. Gotta work out the schedule and stuff. So, like I said, I'll be back later tonight. I should be, after several hours of break here. And then we'll go and we'll play Horizon tonight. So, I will see you then. Hope you enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday here. and I'll be back later tonight.